Which Web 2.0 tools have you used for my class?
Well, I've used Blabberize pretty well. I know how to do that very well. I have used Zoho Show. I've used VoiceThread. And I've also used one of the slide shares. And
it's more motivating, like, to do the homework. It makes it funner.
I've used Blogger a few times to organize my thoughts. I use the social network too because the social network I guess you could say, different points of view from my peers because sometimes that helps me a lot. And I also use YouTube, Google Video, and Google Documents, and Wikispaces.
And I'll submit it through Google Docs before I turn it in for the actual assignment. You know, that way you can come back with me with whatever response is. This needs to be changed. You know, I'd like to see more of this information, and that way I'm pretty much guaranteed a better grade than I would have gotten with the first one.
Do you think that you're able to learn more that way?
Yeah, it's nice because not only are you getting the feedback, because after you've done the assignment, let's say you get feedback from a teacher sometimes, it's kind of useless to you. You really don't go back on it and reflect on it. But if you haven't actually turned the assignment yet, you'll focus, this needs to be changed, and you actually learn from it a lot more. Plus, you're not really restrained as much by how you turn things in. So instead of doing the same Word document for 10,000 classes, you can kind of go out on your own and, you know, bring images in, videos, really whatever you feel comfortable with. I try to have more fun with the blogs, you know, because it's open for a wider audience. It's not just for the one teacher, so I have to make sure it's, you know, more interesting. You can kind of keep up with it, you know, put some pictures in the background, whatever works. But it's more fun to do the blogs just for that simple reason. You gotta put in, you don't have to keep it as wordy, but there's more ways to get your point across. So,
Or have you had any other classes in the history of your education where you were given a bunch of different options to complete assignments?
No, this is one of the first cases it's happened.
Okay. And do you like that?
Yeah, like I said, it's nice to have all these different options, so you can go for whatever mood you're feeling and be as creative as you want with anything.
Most of them would prefer that I do a Word document, but for example, my American government, I like doing videos because for me, videos helps me express how I am, and I can't always express it in words. I express it in pictures, images, videos, so for me, it's any kind of media that I can use. The social network allows me to interact with people who are just like me, but at the same time, it allows me to meet totally different people and probably people I would never meet in person.
I know nobody can hack it, and then it's only going to be me and honestly, so nobody that I don't like can be in it. That's what I like about it. Nobody that I don't like from the outside world can be in it, so it can be my own little like social circle. I don't have to let anybody in. It can be my own personal thing. I'm kind of worried.
It helped bring a more social aspect to the school.
It's a place where students can collaborate with each other for homework assignments and to get to know each other a little bit outside of the classroom through online discussions and forums and videos and messages.
If you need help, your teacher's always there. You don't have to keep constantly emailing. You can just leave a comment. It might be an easier way to open up to your teachers. Okay. It's in a less formal setting, so it might be easier to get help that way.
I think it'd be a little easier for references because other students get on there and you can reply and you're like, oh, they explained it better than the teacher did. Or
yeah, I act sort of like a tutor. Like I don't like give them the answers, but I give like websites and hyperlinks. Like for English, one person had trouble with their English assignment, so I gave them hyperlinks like Rocketbook and Spark Notes and everything, and it helped a lot.
It was actually nice. We did the project on Darfur, and Mr. Moses put up videos and a lot of articles showing you know, the travesty in Darfur and how it really wasn't. A lot of people didn't know how big of an issue this was. You know, people were blurting about Britney Spears instead of, you know, the genocide. But it was nice, you know, and not only the videos, but you could actually communicate with other people and kind of voice your opinion and have them say how they feel about that, and it was a really good way to learn.
Part of groups, because a lot of my friends came up with groups like the Snow Crunches, the the dancing club and the gym PE group. So I just respond to the discussions, and then on my page there's different comments, and I reply back if they need help with something, because we collaborate in terms of homework assignments and everything, and also like if they need help with any other thing that they're going through, I help.
We're actually trying to raise money for the World Wildlife Fund to help the animals because of the effects of global warming, to help endangered species. What I did was I contacted students through the Odyssey Network, and I asked them if they wanted to join. And
The blog is just basically my way of getting my thoughts out. So I take my thoughts from my head and I write them out as much as I can. And usually it comes out fairly good. Sometimes it comes out fairly bad. Sometimes I sound crazy. Sometimes I sound sane. It's all over the place. And it's easier for me because if I can express myself and somebody actually hears what I have to say, then what I have to say was important. And that makes me feel much more comfortable with myself.
but I really like that we do have the network because, you know, before that, when we didn't have the network, there was like no interaction at all. And now I have made friends through the network, you know.
I wanted to learn more about the web tools. I wish I could use a lot more, but my computer's not up to date. So, but the web tools, very, 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 very great for an opportunity.
Thank you.
Yeah. Go.